When you go through certain things, you will discover a grace that you only get when you go through those things. And even though the thing is not what you would have chosen to go through, it is going to, I declare prophetically and biblically, it is going to give you grace. So that adversity is the access point by which the extra grace will be released by God. You will go through things in your life, and when you get through them, people will say, how did you get through that? And you will only be able to say, I don't know. God gave me a grace for it. A grace for it. Shout like you know the shepherd. Say, I got a grace for it. Come on, tell your neighbor, I got a grace for it. I'm going through it, but I got a grace for it. And if I've got to go through it, it is guaranteed grace. God will never make me go through what he will not give me grace for. So if you're going through something that you hadn't been through before, you're about to get a grace that you've never had before. I feel like preaching. You're about to receive an anointing, overflowing like you've never known it before. God will fill you for this. Elbow your neighbor, say, he'll fill me for this. This is an event. This is an event. This is an event. I'm getting through this. This is an event. I'm not living here. Don't put this as my permanent mailing address, 301 Valley Road. Don't come visit me in the valley next December, because I'm going through this. Yea, though I walk. Yea. I'm talking about the kind of grace that'll make you say yay as you go through the valley. Somebody shout yay. That'll preach, won't it? Yay. Nobody says yay when the bill's overdue. Yay. That's crazy. David said, yay. I know he meant it a little different. Let's have some fun. Come on, come on, come on. Say yay. I wish you would confuse the devil this week. He's got you in the valley. You know, when they call you and tell you the bad news, and you just say, hang on a second, mute. Yay! You know how she broke up with you in October? And you thought you'd spend the rest of your life alone? I want you to go back to October in your mind. Let God anoint your head with oil. Change the way you think about that thing and realize if that was meant to me, it would be meant to be. If it was meant for me, it would be. But if it went away, it couldn't stay. Somebody say, yay! Yay! Woo! I feel Jesus on this. I feel Jesus on this. Jesus got to the tomb of Lazarus. He said, he's dead, and I'm glad. Somebody shout, yay. Yay. Well, why would you be glad? Because these are his friends, and he's about to show them something nobody else has ever seen. I need you to get happy, not about the valley that you're going through, but about the grace of God that is coming to you. Somebody shout, yay. Yay! 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 Woo! I'm not afraid, because yay! Yay! Now, I'm telling you, this message is real to me. I was shouting like this at 5:45 this morning. I was scared I was going to wake the dog up, and Abby said he peed on the couch. I think I made the dog pee his pants because I was walking around my living room at 5:45 saying, yay, yay, yay. Those that sow in tears will reap in joy. Yay! I'm going to get up now. Yay! Yay! This is the day the Lord has made. He's my shepherd, see? So he enables me You can't minimize people's pain like this, Pastor Stephen. I'm not minimizing nothing. I'm just trying to reframe the way you see the rain. I'm trying to get you to rethink the leaves. Did you have somebody leave you? What if that's nourishment for your next season in the soil of your life? I said I'm going through, but watch this. I'm going through. Don't let what I'm going through fool you. I'm going through, but I'm not dry inside. I'm going through, but I'm not without a witness. I'm going through, but God is speaking with me. I'm walking through this valley, but I'm not walking through it by myself. Yea, though I walk. You notice in the text, in verse 5, is this good to y'all? The Lord said 10 people will love this message. 10 people will love this message. He said in verse 5, something was running, and it was the cup. He said, my cup runneth over. But in verse 4, something was walking, and that was you. Yea, though I walk, and the cup runs. I need y'all to help me today because my voice is a little bit weak. And I don't know what I was doing just now, pushing it, because all week, every day, I was recording my book by audio, and I did not hold back. I did not put my late night FM DJ voice on this thing. This was not Boys to Men intro stuff, like tone level, voice level. This is no bass in it. I preached that thing. All 70,000 words. Let me put an advertisement. My new book, Do the New You. February 13th, everywhere books are sold. Pre-order right now at dothenewyou.com. Advertisement. And I did it all week. And one thing I noticed when I was doing it, when I would rush, I would mess up. Because you want to get done because you get tired of hearing yourself talk. How many of you like to hear yourself talk? It's not fun. Okay, so I do this out of love for you. I don't like to hear myself talk anymore. You like to hear yourself talk. And so I'm sitting there listening to myself talk for like the second, third day, and I start trying to talk a little fast like that, and I make 10 mistakes. And every time it got hard, the secret to getting through was to slow down. That's why it said, they that wait on the Lord will walk. Yea, though I walk. Slow down. You're worried because you're trying to get there too fast. You're worried because you're trying to do it all in one day. You're worried because you're trying to keep up with people who are 10 years older than you. You're worried because you're trying to keep up with people who are more messed up than you are. They just hide it better. You're worried because you're trying to take in all the information in human history all in the same device at the same time. Slow down, shut down, and walk through the valley. You want to get out of the valley, I understand. Well, the way through it is to walk. When you run to something else to escape it, you don't become stronger through it. You can't run over if you don't go through. That's the paradox of provision. You can't run over and have wisdom to give others if you do not go through the weakness with God for yourself. That's what the season has been about. The enemy has been lying to you, telling you that the valley, the shadow, and the enemies at the table represent the end for you. They don't. None of those things do. For you see, there's a cast of characters in Psalm 23, including a valley, a shadow, and enemies. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and staff, they comfort me. Aren't you glad God has a rod? The staff is how he brings me back. The rod is how he keeps everything away that threatened to devour me. I need both of those. So then sometimes he'll use an event to bring me back to him. Sometimes he'll use an event to keep a wolf away from me. But his identity is the lens through which I view every event in my life, not the other way around. Once I've decided he's the shepherd, that means I'm settled in this. And my cup is running over. Well, where is the cup? On the table. Where is the table? We have this misconception that when we get through stuff, it's going to get better. Now, I'm going through right now, but man, I can't wait for 2024. That's going to be my year. You've been saying that since 1947. Elvis had a #1 song on the chart the last time you said that. And then we have this misconception, don't we? That the adversity that we're going through will prevent us from being blessed right now. And I think that's the thing I really wanted to put as the core of this message, is that it's one thing to say, when I get through this, then I will be happy, whole, successful, reach there. I will be, when I get through this, I will be at peace, amount of money, I'll be secure. No, you won't. Because it's never there. He said, out of their trial, in the midst of it, welled up a rich generosity. And David said, my cup runs over at the table in the presence of my enemies, in the shadow of the valley of death. I want to walk through all three of those very quickly. There are three symbols in this text of adversity. Each of them represent adversity. Number one is the valley. You're in the valley. You're going through the valley. You are going through. You will not live there. You will not live there. You will not die there. You will not move your kids and grandkids into that spot in the valley. That's why you're going through it. They won't have to go through it quite like you do. I believe my dad broke the spirit of suicide off of my life by not killing himself, because his dad did. So number one, it's a valley, but I'm passing through. My friend Brandon Lake was telling me a couple years ago, he just wrote a song. I said, was it good? He said, it's just a song about the valley. I said, a song about the valley. He said, yeah, valley represents hard things in our life. I said, Brandon Lake, you have to explain to me what a valley represents in the Bible. You think I'm an idiot? I went to seminary. I know about the valley. Well, a valley is a metaphor in the Bible, and it means anything we go through that we don't quite understand, the low moments and emotions. Shut up, man. I know what the valley is. Sing me the song. I know what the valley is. Do I really? Do I really? I hadn't gone through what some of you gone through. Do I really know the valley? Do I really know the shepherd? Until I've really known the valley? Can I really run over until I go through? And go through and walk through. You don't get the cup full lying down. Did you notice? Whole sermon, LB. You don't get the cup filled lying down. He said, he makes me lie down in green pastures, but then I had to get up and walk, and then he filled my cup. You will go through this. You will go through seasons where you'll question your sanity. You will go through seasons where you, quote, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. And you will go through seasons of thinking, well, they're not going to get old, so I'm going to kill them before they get old, and then they're going to depart from the earth. And you will. He said there's a shadow in the valley of the shadow of death. You won't always see yourself correctly, Jesus correctly, your situation or your next step clearly. All these people that always know everything God spoke all the time, check their medicine cabinet. I'm gonna say stuff now, because you know what? When you're really in a valley and people up there in a mountain shouting cute stuff to you about it, and you're in the shadows and people are on there turning their iPhone light trying to tell you stuff, the valley has a shadow. And in that place, listen to me, child of God. As you walk through that valley, as you move through that shadow, he said there's a table and there's enemies. And at this point, you want to turn around, but you shouldn't. Because that adversity, valley, that shadow, valley, those enemies, insecurities, and things that you've been going through, whether they were launched from hell or whether they came from your own decisions, those things represented in this passage, that valley, that shadow, those enemies, they all represent adversity. But the Lord showed me something. He said, all of those adversities are advertisements. For there to be a valley, there have to be two mountains. For there to be a valley, there has to be the mountain I came from, which is the last time God did it for me, and the mountain He's taken me to, which is my next testimony and my next level of effectiveness.